Imagine you're driving alone at 2 o'clock in the morning. No music, no traffic, just the sound of your engine and the darkness beyond your headlights. Then you see her, a young woman standing in the middle of the road. She's wearing a wedding dress, white fabric moving gently in the wind. Her head lowered, her shoulders trembling, as if she's been crying. You slow down. Maybe she's lost. Maybe she's hurt. Maybe she needs help. Then she looks up and smiles. For a moment, she's beautiful, almost impossibly beautiful. The kind of face that immediately makes you trust her. So you pull over. You step closer, and that's when you make a mistake. You look down and realize her feet are facing the wrong direction. Tonight, we are going to talk about one of Nepal's most terrifying legends, the story of Kichkanya, the Bloody Bride. Welcome to the podcast You Can't Unhear. Across Nepal, people tell stories about lonely roads, mountain highways, dark forests, remote villages connected only by narrow paths, places where the silence feels heavier than normal, places where people disappear. For generations, locals have shared stories about young men who never came home. Travellers found unconscious, drivers who abandoned their vehicles and ran into the night, and survivors who returned, changed. Some refused to speak about what happened. Others could speak, but nobody believed them. Yet their stories always contained the same detail. A bride. A beautiful bride. Waiting alone. This is where the legend of Kichkanya begins. Depending on the region, she is known as Kichkanya or Kichkandi. But her nickname is far more memorable, the Bloody Bride. According to folklore, Kichkanya was once a young woman preparing for marriage. Some versions say she died on her wedding day. Others say she died shortly before the ceremony. A few stories claim she was betrayed by her fiancé. But every version ends the same way. Her dreams were never fulfilled. And because of that, her spirit never found peace. Instead of moving on, she remained trapped between worlds, filled with grief, anger, and longing. Over time, that sorrow transformed into something much darker. Something predatory, something that waits. According to the legend, Kichkanya looks completely human. That's what makes her dangerous. Unlike many spirits, she doesn't appear as a monster. Not at first. She appears beautiful, young, friendly. Sometimes she looks lost, sometimes injured, sometimes frightened. And she knows exactly how to trigger human compassion. She appears when people are alone, especially men at night. But no matter how convincing she looks, there is always one detail she cannot hide. Her feet. They face backward. Some stories claim they are permanently reversed. Others say they slowly rotate while you watch, as if reality itself is bending around her. And once you notice them, it is usually too late. One of the most famous stories involves a man named Sanjay. According to the legend, Sanjay was travelling from Kathmandu to Pokhara on his motorcycle. It was around 2 in the morning. The roads were empty. The night was quiet. Then he saw someone standing ahead. A woman. A bride. Alone. She appeared distressed, tears running down her face. Sanjay immediately stopped. He asked if she needed help. The woman looked at him and quietly replied, "Please take me home." At first, Sanjay assumed she was a runaway bride. Perhaps something terrible had happened. Perhaps she was stranded. Then he stepped closer. And suddenly, the temperature dropped. A cold wind swept across the road. The kind of cold that doesn't feel natural. Sanjay later said every instinct in his body was telling him to leave, but he ignored it. He moved closer. And as he reached for his motorcycle, he glanced downward. Her feet. Backward. Completely backward. Then, according to the story, they began moving, turning, rotating in the opposite direction, as if bones and joints meant nothing. Sanjay froze. Slowly, the bride lifted her head and smiled, a smile that was no longer human. Then she whispered, "You won't be able to go back now." The next morning, people reportedly found Sanjay unconscious near the edge of a forest. Alive, but deeply shaken. For weeks, he struggled to speak clearly, and some say he was never quite the same again. Another famous encounter involves a truck driver. He was driving along a highway around 3 in the morning. Again, the road was empty. Again, he saw a woman standing alone. Again, she wore a wedding dress. Feeling sorry for her, he stopped. The woman climbed into the passenger seat, and for several minutes, she said nothing. The silence became uncomfortable. Eventually, the driver glanced at his rearview mirror and felt his heart stop. Because although he could clearly see her sitting beside him, there was nothing in the mirror. No reflection. No bride. Nothing. He looked directly at her, then back at the mirror. Still nothing. Finally, he asked, "Where do you need to go?" The woman slowly turned toward him, and that's when he noticed a dark mark between her eyes. The driver immediately slammed on the brakes. The truck screeched to a stop. He turned to the passenger seat, and she was gone. No door opening, no footsteps, no sound. Just gone. As if she had never been there. Stories like these spread across Nepal for decades. And over time, people began creating rules, ways to identify Kichkanya, ways to survive. The first sign is obvious, the wedding dress. The second sign is her feet, and the third is the mirror. Folklore says mirrors reveal the truth. Humans reflect. Spirits do not. And Kichkanya can never hide that fact. There are also methods people claim can protect you. Some villagers carry vermilion powder. Others carry sacred thread. Many believe prayer and religious chants can drive her away. But the most common advice remains surprisingly simple. Do not stop. Do not speak. Do not offer help. Just leave. Keep moving. And whatever you do, don't look back. Today, many people dismiss Kichkanya as nothing more than folklore. A cautionary tale. A story created to stop people from travelling alone at night. And perhaps that's true. But if you ever find yourself driving through the mountains of Nepal after midnight, and you see a lone bride standing in the darkness, make sure that her feet are not backwards. And maybe just keep driving. Sleep tight tonight, guys. And I'll see you on the next episode of You Can't Unhear.